Destruction is the best. Yeet. 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 It's not about the build, it's about the destruction. Yeetus deletus. Yeet. Yeet. Yeetus deletus.
Gryson Grange has redeemed first.
Yeetus deletus. Yeetus deletus. Yeet. Yeet. Yeetus deletus. Yeet. Yeet. Oh, this is looking good. Yeet. Yeet. Yeet.
Harakemes Johnny Lenisano is here.
Yeetus deletus. Yeet. Yeet. Yeetus deletus. Yeet. Yeet. Yeetus deletus. Yeetus deletus. Destruction.
Gigigiju is here.
Destruction is the best.
Massive.
And you name my diamond
I can
Anakin.
hold this mouse better than anyone could hold this mouse.
Massive.
24
Mainly because I
months.
wouldn't allow them into my house to hold this mouse. But nonetheless, destruction.
Silent_Jesse I is here.
Yeetus deletus. Yeet. Yeet. Yeetus deletus. Yeet. Yeet. Yeetus deletus. Yeetus deletus. Yeah. I make great background music. Wait, I'm music? Yeah, I'm music. We'll go with that. Ash Rain music, bro.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in. How are you doing today, my dudes? Absolutely massive of you being here. GG Gryson redeeming first. Welcome in Johnny, Mrs. Ken, Miku, Gia, and Silent GG NG for redeeming tier 1 for 19 months. Gia for tier 3 for 24 months. And Gia, thank you for the 500 biddies. Absolutely massive of you guys. Hey, look at me. I'm a slime. Chat. In addition to this being Revenge of the 5th, obviously I wasn't live for
The_Dizzy3 is here.
the May the 4th be with you, but I am live for Revenge of the 5th. Today is also, I got partner on Kick. So, I mean, I'm a slime face right now, but I'm smiling. I'm happy for that. I'm literally, I got the email. I saw the email and there's like rules and stuff like that. The shirt's killer. Oh yeah, the shirt. This has got Grogu on it when he was in his egg thing. Here, hold on. Oh, there you go. There you go. You can see it. It's a little stretched on my arm because my biceps are so huge. But it's a Hawaiian shirt with Grogu on it. There's some toggles here. I have to make sure I have it checked that I am multi-streaming. Yeah. Cool. Another huge thing is I have turned on multi-chat relaying. So if you're not familiar with what that's going to do, that means if you type on any platform in chat, it's going to type in every platform on in chat. We're going to see how that goes. Because I imagine if the algorithm picks up on one of the vertical platforms, chat's going to go crazy. So we'll see. Let's get into hardcore Minecraft for the day, though. I'm seeing it on Kick, and I'm seeing it on the Red video platform. I'm not seeing it on TikTok. Hold on. That might be because I have to redo this. Okay. Yes. Theoretically, you will be able to see questions. Oh, also any bot commands that get run. Yeah, Minecraft's not working. I'm working on that too. I'm working on it. Hold on. Someone want to change this album? I'm already not a fan. There we go. Mm-hmm. This is Java. Did that come through? Look at that. There's the first one into the purple chat. So here we go. Let's get into the single player hardcore Minecraft world. Whoa.
Blinks97 is here.
Right, I had shaders on because I had to get a thumbnail. All right, welcome in, Blinks. How you doing? Here we go. I do enjoy having the slime face on. These slime faces were such a good idea.
Massive.
21 months is just massive.
James with a tier 3 for 21 months and a hype train started. Absolutely massive of you. Scam train begins. Yes. Oh, what the heck, mouse? There we go.
Schmalibu is here.
Welcome in, Schmalibu. Why is my... Oh, crap. Yeah, I turned my render distance way down, too. It wasn't for a video thumbnail, if that's what you were thinking. It was actually for this Friday's creative stream. I had to get an updated picture of the castle for the thumbnail. I'm actually still not ready to work on another YouTube video yet. This world is 4.5 years old. 4.5 years old. Right. Oh, why am I coming here? We're not working on this. We're working over here. Right. I completely forgot what we're doing. All right. So here we go. Here we go. This is our melon and pumpkin farm. We had just finished building the bare redstone for these towers. So if you can see here, there's 2 that grow pumpkins right there side by side, and there's 2 that grow melons side by side. Today we're going to be working on the redstone for the collection and auto crafting underneath. So, and the timer to run them, actually. That's what we're going to be working on first. You guys are already on a level 4 hype train? Jesus, my dudes. I looked over to see if I needed to call out to maybe get to level 2 or something, but geez, level 4 scam train. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting a new emote from this. Dad, if you're not familiar, 100 biddies is all it takes to get yourself included, to get yourself an emote. This is our pumpkin and melon farm that we're working on. So we were trying to put together a timer. Right. I remember now what needs to happen. And I remember that it wasn't working. And no matter how big I made it, it continued to not work. Because, yeah, what's going to happen is this is going to cycle, and then it's just going to do it again, which is not good. So, we need a single long pulse. I'm gonna rip it down. I'm gonna rip it all down and start from scratch because whatever I had was flawed. If I try to fix something that's broken, all I'm gonna get is more broken. Right? Right. And honestly, I'm not even sold 100% on this location for the clock. I feel like we need to figure out how big the tower is going to be before I can decide if we can even put a timer in this spot. So I'm just going to rip it all out. That's a lot of melons. Yo, thank you for the biddies. Thank you for participating in the scam train. What's this blue block doing here? I don't know. Shoot. Okay. Do I have any dump chat? I swear I just heard like an arrow hit the ground. Oh, that was the biddies. Thank you, Jesse. Excuse you. All right. Okay, what I want to do first then actually is going to be wait, why is one side of these? Oh, right, there's no torch here. Let me put a torch back. That's why I wanted to do the timer first, but oh well. Oh well. Hype train complete at level 4. Absolutely massive. Open your hype chests if you got one. I got this emote. All right, more melons. We're farming lots of melons, chat. We need to figure out how big this lighthouse is going to be. How's that sound as the first next step first? Is this the exact middle right here? It is. This is the exact middle right here. Okay. Let's do a little ring around the rosy. With mini HUD. Shapes. Cylinder. Full block. Okay, that's a 16 block radius. That's a bit big for the bottom of this. But let me just go put one at the top first, and then we'll be able to... Oh, I need a block of some sort. Let me grab moss. Yeah. The light cycle is going to be fairly simple, if you ask me. All right, this is the spot. This is the middle here again. We should be able to check that the coordinates actually line up. So we add another sphere or cylinder, outer edge, and we want to bring this into like a 5 block radius. All right, now we'll check free cam. 5 block radius, too small. Man, I keep opening Lightmatica. How's that look, actually? That actually fits. Okay. That is the absolute smallest ring we can put around this. So that's what the top will be. Like, even like the water there technically is touching the side. And that's fine. Because we can move that water if we need to, but like it will be fine. Okay, so what size was that? That was a radius of 8. So right now we're looking at a top radius of 8, bottom radius of 16. I think the bottom radius is too big. So let's bring that in to like there. I don't know if those are colors you guys can see. Hold on. Why can't I? Okay. So now they're red. Should be more visible. Does that seem like a decent radius? 8 and 12? What did I do? I actually didn't look at the number. 12. Oh yeah, 8 and 12. That's exactly what I have. That seems like it'll be like fairly... Yeah, 4 blocks. It's a 22 blocks up, 4 blocks skinnier at the top than the bottom. Okay, with that in mind, I can work on the timer. Yeah, we want it steep. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, with that in mind, we can work on the
Massive.
timer. Yo, what was that one? Abjuranax, a tier 1 for 83 months. Absolutely massive, my dude. Mhm. Yeah, I don't know how any of this works. Okay, sorry, I was just looking over at something. Mhm. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is I think I should probably dig out the floor here within the circle. I have no idea where you're trying to go with this message, my dude. And we're gonna bring the floor to 1 layer. You were the chosen one. I'm gonna name all my diamonds Anakin before I burn them. That is a chat from every platform. It's all mingled now. If you mixed a deer with a T-Rex, it would be a kangaroo. Valid. Valid. Good joke. Yeah, chat was waiting for the pin to drop for that to be a somehow become not safe for work. Welcome in. All right, hold on. Outer edge. Okay. All right, that makes this easier to see. All right, we're gonna take it down another layer. So, chat, how was everyone's weekend? It's Monday now, right? Everybody had their weekend? Anyone do anything fun? Anyone have a good Monday? Those don't exist, do they? You got to see your brother this weekend? I'm just imagining the scene from Drake and Josh. Hug me, brother! Chad, if you haven't seen Drake and Josh because of you're too young or whatever, you're missing out on life. Have testing for school? Oof. You better go past that. You better do it. Went to NASCAR yesterday? Nice, dude. Moving back to your house after a year in an Airbnb? I hope your insurance was paying for a year in Airbnb. I don't know who hasn't, but this is the internet. Every kind of person exists. Whether they should or not. Alright. Where'd I get red concrete from? Alright. Had a kitchen fire. Was it your kitchen? Someone else's kitchen burnt down my house. We are working on my pumpkin and melon farm that is going to be inside of a lighthouse. So we just are, we got the core redstone in, and we know that's how the skinniest the top is going to be, and that's how thick the bottom is going to be. Yes, this is my 4.5 year hardcore world now. All right. I don't know how deep this needs to go, chat, but I think honestly what I need to do is make up my mind, but I don't know the options to choose from yet. You know what I'm saying, chat? Yeah. So what's gonna happen is there needs to be some sort of clock mechanism that sends a signal up and turns these on, right? That is a guaranteed has to be there, okay? Then there also needs to be item collection that takes items down underneath and turns and then distributes them to auto crafters for both pumpkins and melons for all their applicable shulker loaders and all that stuff, right? So what I think needs to happen is there needs to be a floor put in at this height, and all of that redstone will be underneath. Saw the stream name and remembered that yesterday your mom asked you what was the relationship between Star Wars and Mexico. Cinco de Sith. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I just gotta get my head around what I need to do. Gotta get my head around what I need to do. Sitho Di Mayo, that's so much better. Yeah. That's so much. So I think there should be a floor at this height, right here. Right? That is the floor of the lighthouse when you walk in the actual lighthouse. Right there. Then okay, hold on. I got this. Okay, I'm gonna get some glass. Yes, today is Revenge of the 5th. Revenge of the 5th. Mm-hmm. I'm going to use orange and lime glass, respectively, to represent pumpkins and melons. Chat, we don't want to go completely unhinged and make this an orange and lime swirl of a lighthouse, do we? Do we like that just kind of crossed my mind as a horrible idea, but now I've said it out loud. That would be incredibly unhinged. Like it's the only option? No. There are plenty of options. Trust. Maybe a single green and orange stripe or something, so it's subtle. Now that sounds better. That sounds better. Comparator, repeater, and torches, and dudes. Okay, here we go. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that this redstone doesn't interfere with this glass chute that needs to go down. So what we're going to end up doing is rerouting the redstone a little bit. Because we now know we have room to we now know we have wiggle room. So if we don't have these things here, okay. So now then this could theoretically come down, and it's a drop chute that goes down below the redstone. That's what I wanted. Right? That's what I wanted. Next up, we got to do the same to this one. Now this, it actually becomes difficult because as soon as we tie that in, that becomes like a endless loop kind of thing, where even if now I disconnect it from here, it stays connected because it's powering itself. Okay, now it doesn't quite reach because it's not coming through there. Got it. Hold on. So it should be coming through there. Got it. Perfect. All right. Problem solved. Problem solved. All right. Now, can I do it identically on the other side? Oh, shoot. That needs to go there. Cool. Then that can come out. Can I do it identically on the other side now? That would be the bee's knees. Oh, the other side's different though, huh? So now I need to swap this to lime glass. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I forgot that. Okay. Lots of melons and stuff on the ground. Cool, that chute goes down past the redstone now. And here we are again, same dealio. Right. Yep. Pull that out. Oh shoot, that won't work. Yeah, I'll just do it right here. Cool, and that works exactly the same now. And we can bring this down. Cool. All right, so now we actually have a drop chute that will, because remember, when these fire, chat, all the pistons, here I can show you. Once we take these out, all the pistons actually will be extended to make sure all the fruit drops straight down and doesn't land on the edges. So this is theoretically lossless, right? And we want to have this drop chute that comes all the way down to where the hopper is, and the hopper will theoretically be right there where that item is, or it might need to go into water. I don't know yet. Preferably, we take it into one hopper for each tower, and no water is involved. But if we need water, we can make it happen. But I just wanted to make sure it had no way of landing on an edge, right? That was what this step was for. And right there, you can see that's where we have our signals coming in with a torch. And ideally, we would, we would bring the signal up through the floor to whatever block this is on. All right. All right. We're getting lots of melon slices already. And pumpkins is good, though. Honestly, I kind of want to just set up something to start pulsing the pumpkins occasionally. Yeah, lots of pumpkins falling. Because we're here for pumpkins, chat. So if we can have the pumpkins running while we're making the farm, that's just actually 2.5 stacks already is a really good profit. All right. I'm kind of feeling like I should just put a moss floor in right now. And then I'll work beneath the moss floor. And then we can dig it down and all that stuff. You can make a melon farm that gives you the whole melon using Enderman. That's interesting. But we're just going to be setting up auto crafters to craft slices into melon blocks. That does sound pretty fun to make, though. I don't know if I should do a moss floor. I don't... Put the Enderman in the mob zoo to work? No, I think you'd have to make like a platform off in the end, right? The platform in the end that that grows melons, and then the Enderman like spawn on that platform as well. And then they are, for some reason, they then get aggroed at the player. And they grab the melon, and then they come to the player, and the player kills them. Oh, or maybe they die of fall damage or something like that. I don't know. I could imagine a spawning platform in the end where the endermite is in a minecart, right? And the endermite kind of it goes above the drop chute, right? And that aggroes the enderman at him and he falls down. But the minecart rail like gets powered and he goes away for a minute and then the endermite comes back. And while he's gone, that lets a wave of endermen spawn that then grab melons, if there are any. Then the endermite comes back, and then they all aggro at the endermite, and they fall to their death. That sounds really interesting to come up with. Is that at all similar to what you're talking about? Because I just came up with that on the fly. Those farms are really old, actually. The endermen die from fall damage. Yeah, I mean, that's how they would die in the example I just thought of. That would be a really fun farm to make. If you want to see, there's an amazing video. Oh, it's from someone in Brazil. Do you know if you could just tell me yes or no, is it at all similar to what I just described? I'm going under the moss as soon as I get the floor. This is just a temporary floor so I can know my restrictions for where I need to build. I don't have a timer to break the blocks right now, right? First thing I need is a timer before a hopper is useful at all. So I'm putting in a floor so I know where I can build the timer. And then once I have the timer, we will work on collection. Because I tried building a timer at the end of stream yesterday that did what I wanted, and it didn't work. So the first thing I did today was rip it back out. They just pick up the melons while they're falling. Interesting. Okay. I didn't know they would have reaction times that quick. I guess with so many running by, as soon as a melon spawns, one of them is able to grab it pretty soon. All right. So now we're underneath. It's actually all still spawn proofed. Nice. Probably because of these lights here. All right. So yes, hoppers will go effectively right here. Like that's where our collection hopper will be. And then I need a timer that sends a signal up into this block. And I'd like to build the timer in the entire system like here. Like over there. Like that's how much space I want. Because it needs to be more than just a simple etho hopper clock. So what I want it to do and what I need it to do is it needs to send a pulse to harvest once every, couple minutes, right? But when it sends that pulse, it's not just a quick pulse. It's a pulse and hold for like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds and then let go and then timer back in 5 minutes later, right? So we need to set up an etho hopper clock that has 5 stacks in it effectively. And then it will, when it gets to one side of it, it'll send that pulse. But then we need to make that pulse not stay on the entire time like it normally would in an etho hopper clock. We might need to add a copper bulb into what I had. I don't know for sure. We need doots. We need blocks. We need torches. We need hoppers, sticky pistons, comparators. I'll grab normal torches just in case too. Repeaters, concrete, and copper bulbs maybe. Pressure plates in a boat? What does that have to do with anything? I don't know. I don't know how those can make a timer. Oh. I see that. I get it now. All right. So I think the heart of this is going to be an etho hopper clock. You know what I just realized? I need full block. All right. So yeah, these full blocks here are going to be the wall, effectively, right? Okay. So we can't go past that. Got it. I do think I would like to lower this by 2 blocks. Let's lower this by 2 blocks, and then we'll have enough room to potentially get our redstone in. The capes are over now. It's an etho hopper clock, yes. It is named after Etho, who came up with it, like, probably 13 years ago now or so. You posted a screenshot? All right, I'll check it out. Nice. Nice. The capes are over now. That's an old video you got shown by the algorithm. Good thing I brought my torches, because we're probably gonna need them. Because I just realized it wasn't the daylight that was spawn proofing it. It was the frog lights that were in the redstone. Oh, I'm out of moss. This is my last, like, 10 blocks of moss, apparently. 4 blocks of moss, even. This world's over 16,000 days. Chat, if you're enjoying the stream, tap on the screen. Let the algorithm know you're having a good time. We're currently working on a melon and pumpkin farm. That's my moss. Okay. Now I can potentially figure out the redstone here. I'm going to try putting it in at this height. Comparator and Doot. All right, let me grab 5 stacks of melons or something. All right. Remember, what we want to happen is... Well... What does that do exactly? Now, if we comparator out of there, that should mean, well, actually, if I take this very quickly down to like effectively no items in there and make it extremely quick, what we should see happen is, yeah, when it goes over there, that toggles off, and then that toggles off, and then No, I don't think that's any different than just that doubles the length out of the hopper's block. That's all that does. How many items did we leave in here? Is it just 2? Is it actually just 2? For me, the game doesn't start until after I beat the dragon, my dude. Yeah, I don't see any reason to use a copper bulb there. Okay. So, what I want to do, will do, is... Before I was taking the signal out of the redstone block. I mean, I don't really need to do that. To get myself a bit more space, I can take the signal out of here. And then... Yeah, that's just gonna blink off for a split second. No, I want the 2 sides of the farm to fire at different times. So I want to have an etho hopper clock be the base, just one hopper clock, and then when it goes left, it triggers the pumpkin farm, and when it goes right, it triggers the melon farm. Right? That's what's gonna happen here. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do that because it will mean we get a cleaner signal out. It won't just be a blip that we're working with. So that's all right. So what's gonna happen here is I mean, maybe I just have like a ton of repeaters. I don't know. Or what if I do this, where it... So that'll just be a blip that comes out to here only once. per cycle. Right. And I guess I could put a repeater there to make sure that it's a long enough blip to power the comparator clock. Well, I don't know. This is a sidetrack. This is just a sidetrack for me to get some melons for my build. Does that stay on the full 4 ticks? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it does. Okay. So that'll work then. This just needs to go then to a comparator timer. How's that do? Okay, now, okay, apparently that wasn't long enough. Why is it blinking? I've never known these to blink like that before. Hold on. I'm out of concrete. I need to eat, my dude. Okay, that worked. Having the 2 layers of repeaters. That seems like it might be a long enough pulse, actually. I don't know. Then we just need to send the signal up into there anywhere, really. So it honestly could be right here. No, it kind of does blink it. Okay, so it can't be right there. Okay, now what about that? Does that blink it at all now? Yeah, it does. Why does it blink it? Man. Is it because that's not a solid block and it should be? No. Is it just because it has to be 4 comparators and it can't be less than that? Because that's not a long enough timer. It doesn't blink the output, though. We could see if it's a long enough timer, but I don't think it is. Wow, that's directly underneath where we can't have it be as well. This is getting very cumbersome, but I just need to see if I can get it to work. Just want to make sure that this, yeah, it doesn't blink. Okay. Well, what happens now if I take it back? Okay, because now it's not directly off of this one. I don't think it'll blink, but we'll see. It did blink. Dang it. Okay. Why does it have to be 4? I don't remember these being limited to being only 4 comparators. Back in the day. But okay, but if I send the signal up right here, wow, that's a horribly bad place for it. Man, if it was like underneath any of this, it would be fine, but can't be there. Can be here. Except that's a horrible spot for it to begin with. Okay, that might work. Let's see. Okay, so that's staying lit, and let's see what happens. Okay, we got a full harvest sent. How long do the pistons stay? Oh, yeah, the pistons are... Yep, see, it's immediately a problem because these ones got caught there. So the pistons aren't staying extended long enough is the problem, which is what we're trying to solve for. How do I make the signal stay on longer without building like another etho hopper clock? And geez, I need to sleep. Yeah, this is getting really complicated. I thought we'd be able to send a pulse into one of these that goes long enough. Okay, what happens if I string like 2 of these together? I've never done this before. What's that do to the timer? No, well, no. See, the bulb, the bulb is really fast right now just for testing. The bulb is going to have 5 stacks of items in the hoppers because really this is only going to change state once every 5 minutes or so. But what happens is when it changes states in that 5 minutes, the pulse needs to just stay on for 30 seconds. Okay, what does that do for us? Does that even things out? That evens things out. Whoa. That was an unintended consequence that... Maybe I need to put more items in it for you guys to understand. There, I'll throw 19 more items in it. So the clock is going to be way slower because it takes time for the melons to grow, right? So we have to have it off for several minutes so that the melons can grow. Then we need to have it come on and stay on for like 30 seconds straight. mean, I feel like that worked, but I also feel like it didn't actually make it any longer. Let me see what happens now. Oh, shoot, that's in the wrong spot. Okay, so when the signal comes on, see, now with it much slower, it makes it harder to... All right, so now would be the time melons are growing, right? And then we wait. The melons have several minutes in this state to grow. Signal goes off. All the melons get harvested. See, okay, it wasn't long enough because the pistons opened up before the last melon dropped down, and that melon probably wasn't even on the top floor. So, like, this still isn't extending the signal long enough. I don't know how to do that. How do I make the signal stay on? Okay, wait, I got it. Wait, okay, so we want a signal to come on and stay on for a certain amount of time. Really simple idea I just had. Rip all this out. All we need is this signal to... So we get a single pulse that goes into a copper bulb, okay? Output of the copper bulb goes up and sends a signal to... Hold on, this, let's say this output of the copper bulb goes up and sends a signal to this thing above, okay? Another output of the copper bulb, right, just goes into a really long repeater line. That then comes back and powers the copper bulb. So let's see what happens. So signal's gonna come on. So the copper bulb gets turned on, and that turns on the farm. And then while the signal loops around... Yeah, okay, I don't think that was long enough, but that's the gist of it. So yeah, it self-resets it, basically. Problem is with where this ends up going... It goes underneath the drop chute, but we can go around that. No. I don't know how many repeaters we need, But like we could have this entire floor just be for the timer for all I care. Okay. Bulb is off. I could, so I thought about that a second ago, but I was like, I don't want more hopper clocks. I don't want more hoppers exposed to the air. And that's the big problem with a hopper clock is they're exposed to the air, really. Then we get this long repeater thing. Okay, so they're retracted now. Let's see what happens. That's a really good time. That's actually a really good time. I think that might be it right here. Like, genuinely, I think that might be it. And then we just have to add more melons into here. 5 stacks even. All right. So let's watch the next cycle happen. All right, we're gonna watch these 4 melons and their drops, and make sure that they make it to the bottom. Oh yeah, they made it to the bottom, and I was like, oh, it might be a little too long, and then it was like a second and a half. So like that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. Yeah. I'd rather have it be a second and a half longer than like try to time it down to exactly where it needs to be. Cause yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, it'd be like we could trim off like 2 repeaters maybe. All right, so now I gotta rebuild the exact same thing on the other side, except the other side has 1 block less of space, but I don't think it'll be an issue. I'm just gonna sleep. Okay, so then this gets us sticky piston onto a block, which gets us a repeater on 4 ticks for some reason into a copper bulb, which copper bulb has a comparator into block with torch and block. Oh, we harvested the pumpkins. Love to see it. Pick up the pumpkins as they're important. Wow, that's 2 full stacks of pumpkins right there. Nice. So now that's officially on there. Then we can take this comparator into block, move it away. Okay, and then bunches of repeaters. All right. And now it's set up on both sides. And now we're auto-harvesting pumpkins and melons. At a very, very, very fast frequency, I might add. All right. Let me get 5 stacks of melons. Can I get that right here easily? Five stacks of melons right there. Cool. Now that is running at maximum, at the actual speed we'll want it to run. So that way it has a decent amount of time to grow between harvests so that we're not constantly harvesting and stepping on our own feet kind of deal. Amazing. Now what? So then, yeah, we would put another floor right here. And then we would be able to have this be the ceiling of the autocrafter rooms beneath us. So let's get more glass to bring those drop chutes down. Thank you for the gift, my dude. Does that come over to the purple chats? Can you guys see that that happened? No, you couldn't. I thought I put torches down there. Did I not? Yeah, there's there's places that aren't spawn proofed. All right, just put 4 torches down on some of the redstone blocks, so those will stay put. Keep it spawn proof now. We're pumpkin rich now. Yeah, honestly, we have enough pumpkins to go make the golems, but that's not how this works around here. We need to go get more moss. This box is out of moss. Wow, I did not imagine half the stream to go by and all we accomplish is the timer. Oh, wait, I was, like, late, but it has been over an hour and all we did was the timer. So, rip. Oh. Yeah, I imagine this will probably, since we're going to be adding a chunk loader to this, This will probably be like what we come to AFK. Yo, chat, the AFK spot needs to be like up at the top of the lighthouse up there. You just fly up there, and the only way to get up to the light is to fly and land up there, and then it will be a completely spawn-proofed safe room, like above the light or inside the light or something like that. Yes, dude. Yeah. All right. Next up is going to be some digging. Because honestly, I don't know if we need to get rid of all that moss, but I did. All right. Oh, next up, yeah, let's just do a collection hopper underneath each of these with the double chest underneath them for now. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't. I just am doing it a layer at a time. I knew we'd have to dig it out. I just knew it would be pointless to try to dig it out. Crap, what am I? There we go. I knew digging it out first wasn't the move because I didn't know where I needed to dig to. What I'm interested to see now, chat, is when this does a full proper harvest on its like actual clock now with melons, is this going to drop more than 5 stacks of melons into this hopper? If it does, we have to come up with a water stream. If it doesn't, then we're good. So like the next harvest, if it gives us more than 5 stacks of melons, we have a problem. It should not be that many melons. But we'll see. Oh yeah, it's not it's actually gonna all this cycle of the clock is gonna do is turn off that, which isn't gonna do anything. So now we wait for that. All the packs I use are linked in the bio. So. Just gonna drop the 19 pumpkins in here. Because we're gonna pick all those up later. Let me check free cam real quick, and I wanna see how many pumpkins we have. It's a good amount of pumpkins that are grown in here. Oh, sweet. Actually, yeah, the pack works there. Oh, the Colonal bot response with the link did not come through. That's disappointing. I don't know why I'm sitting here waiting, but I'm really interested to see how much we get. If it's like 4.5 stacks, I'll be concerned. But if it comes in with 4 stacks, well, I'll say it's good. Like that's on the level. That means the margin of error means it'd have to be an entire additional stack, which is good. Nice, Miku. Yeah, we're letting it go with a full real timer here. So interested to see what this does for us. All right, 20 items in the hopper. Isn't there a method of these where the redstone block goes on the side, chat? All right, here we go. Stack and a half. Okay, wow, we're like really in the clear. Okay, this one got like 2.5 stacks. But yeah, we're really in the clear. And then this will definitely be good. Sweet. And then this side, yeah, it already processed all the pumpkin. Oh wait, no, it didn't harvest pumpkins that time. Got it. Yeah, it's every other. And pumpkins are 1 for 1, whereas melons are like 1 to 4. So amazing. Those are working. Now we gotta dig. The thing is I don't know how big of a room I need here. Chat did ask me if this was going to be a lighthouse or just a light tower, and I do think it's going to be a lighthouse. So at max, it might drop 9 stacks. Well, each layer or each column, or like each column or the whole thing. No, the maximum is 3 melons each, NG. It's 22 layers. That'll have a maximum of 3 melons each. And they can drop up to 7, but you just need to put in what the average is. The reason it'll only drop a maximum of 3 is actually, I can probably find an example here. Oh, no, never mind. No, I guess it is possible for them to drop 4. I thought what we would see is that this melon would attach to that side of it so that 2 stalks would attach to the same melon. But Mojang must have fixed that. Oh, we're harvesting pumpkins right now. Let's head down and see how many pumpkins dropped in. 23. 29. Okay. Yeah, I think we're very much in the clear. That like we don't even need to check the math. Like it's very much not a problem. So you said a theoretical maximum is 88 melons per tower. And theoretically it'd be 88 pumpkins per tower. But in our actual collection, we just got 23 pumpkins and 29 pumpkins, probably because of how quickly we're harvesting, right? If we really, really slowed down the clock by maybe adding another layer of copper bulbs into it, maybe we would get 88 or something. But I don't see that happening. The average of 5 melon slices on a max farm like this is 6 stacks. Yeah. So, okay. So what we're with the theoretical maximum of the theoretical average maximum, right? Not saying we're getting 7 melons, right? So if the average is 5 melons, right? Let's say that. Yeah, because we have to go off the average drop, not the max drop. So if we have 88 melons that all drop on average 5 slices, 88 times 5, divide that by 64. And as long as it's, 5 stacks, give or take, we'll be fine. Yes, max melons, average drop rate. Not max drop rate, max melons, because there's no way we roll a 7 on every single one of them. 6.8-ish stacks. So that means if the farm is off, because, something we're going to have to do into here, remember chat, is the chunk loader or a full detector, right? When the farm is full, we're gonna have to send a signal to this hopper clock to stop the hopper clock from running, right? Theoretically, it would lock both of the hoppers. That would actually be ideal, so that they're not checking the air above them anymore. We lock no matter which side it's on. We lock both the hoppers. Then, when the farm is full. Oh, but we just shulker load if it's full. We're not gonna turn it off if it's full. This isn't like the sugarcane farm. Hmm. The shulker load, or okay. So the farm will never truly stop. If it's loaded, it's running. But the chunk loader will turn off if both the last if we have the 3 shulkers of pumpkin and we have the auto crafted. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I need to dig this down. Oh right, oh, God, I got distracted. Somebody asked the other day if this was going to be a lighthouse with a house at the bottom, or if it's just going to be a lighthouse tower. I think it's going to be a lighthouse with the house at the bottom, and the house at the bottom will actually be our entrance. And the width of that entrance house is what's going to determine how much I need to dig down, or how large of an area I need to dig. So let me take a look at the Minecraft channel at some of these lighthouse inspirations you guys posted. I'm thinking the house itself is going to be skinnier than the lighthouse, right? Like, I'm thinking like maybe here. If that's like the width of the entrance, and then we just have the entrance here literally just has like a view, so you can walk in and look up if you want, but it's also the main purpose is there's just going to be a staircase to go down. Yeah, just a staircase to go down. And I think this is plenty wide here. I'm gonna put this here so we know this is the base of the lighthouse. Okay. That seems reasonable to me. And the lighthouse, the house itself will actually come out a bit farther than that, but, or maybe it probably won't be that stubby. There's got to be room for armor stands here and stuff too. So yeah, that makes sense. You know what would be really, really cool, chat? Is if just floating in the farm here, inside the lighthouse, like sealed, was if we had a couple of lays that had melons and pumpkins in them. So that way, if any items did like skew off and land on top of the farmland or something, the allay would go pick it up. But like, I'm not seeing that being necessary at all. I have hitboxes shown, the melons just harvested, and there's not a single melon hitbox anywhere. I think like it's actually like golden. Okay. So what is this? From the middle. 9. Okay. So from the middle, we're digging down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is like where we would have so theoretically speaking, like with this width would be the hallway where over here, this is where the shulker boxes would be to grab for this item. And then over here, this would be the shulker boxes to grab from that item kind of deal. I think this is plenty wide for that. It's obviously going to be much lower than this, but... Okay. We're just gonna dig it down. Honestly, I think we need to go 10 blocks in this direction now. 2, 3, okay, 4, 5. That's 5 blocks. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's 10 blocks this way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then that'll leave room for the redstone. So, and we just yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, we don't dig out above that height. Cool. Just 3 blocks tall then. 10 blocks deep. Might be overkill size. It might be not overkill size. I don't know until we actually start putting autocrafters in. I'm having a feeling right now that I don't think it's going to be enough space. We are working on our cactus and pumpkin farm. Did I say cactus? I meant pumpkin and melon farm. Duh. The melons to get turned into melon blocks and to turn pumpkins and melons into seeds. The way that I do all of my farms in my world now is I set up an autocrafter for the farm to output every possible item that you can make from a farm. So when this farm gives you pumpkins, it'll also give you pumpkin seeds. When it gives you melons, it'll also give you melon seeds, and it'll give you melon blocks. It makes it very nice to have your farms do like everything. What's up, my dude? I'm gonna grab like 3 more boxes and put them out. Just because we're digging out so much space. Yeah. It's insta-mine. It doesn't matter if we dig too big. I just don't want to make it so big that like I have to like fill it back in or maybe like leave air gaps behind the place. But I can spawn proof it if that comes if that becomes a problem. A Minecraft pet? You mean like the wolves or whatever? I mean, technically yes, I do have some of those. I have a zoo with every mob in the game in it. Okay, why are those uneven though? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me? Hold on. It's like actually uneven? Or did I just... Oh, no. I just messed it up earlier. Okay, I see. It's like there's no way the mini HUD circle was uneven. Chad, it's very likely that could have happened. Because mini HUD circles are very notoriously not great. They're great when you do for large circles, but not for small circles. And a radius of 12, that's like just barely a medium circle. Like it's a medium because you might still have issues, but unlikely. Okay. So now we've got this area dug and it needs to go down low than this. I'm thinking if this is the ceiling block, right? Well, actually, shoot, if this is where the ceiling is, we'd need to dig out 1 block higher because that's where the you know, whatever we make the ceiling of this room gonna be 1 block higher. So yeah, we haven't figured out a pallet or anything like that yet. Uh-oh. Dang it. Oh, dang it. That happened to us a lot when we were working on the tree farm in the black biome where we just kept dropping the ground out from us. Now we're having the same problem in the blue biome. Not the end of the world, though. Cool. All right, full inventory, and we're good here, though. Ooh, that was a tight fit out of there. Armored Dog saved you. Oh, wow. All right. Oh, I just heard the farm harvest. Which side was it? It was pumpkins. Yo, why didn't those get picked up? Okay. Look at that. Each of these is almost a stack and a half. Pumpkins. And this side, melons. Melons are really coming in. Yeah. Okay, there is an Etho hopper clock, chat, that has the redstone block on the side. Is there not? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Can anybody find out if that exists? So I would actually love to change this to not have the like right now this hopper is exposed to the air, and I want to get rid of that lag. It's bothering me tremendously. Okay, so if this is the ceiling here, we have 3 block. Okay, so if this is where the hopper will actually sit for the first layer. And then maybe 1 block lower. Can't put well, solid blocks are better than composters nowadays, but there's a piston above this, right? There's one where like the redstone block and the pistons go to the side of it. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's just dig this down and I'll worry about it later. I'm gonna dig it down like 6 blocks total, and then this is a pumpkin and melon farm. Yeah, this isn't even gonna go that deep. I imagine we are going to have to expand it a little bit, but there's a chance that we don't, and I really like that. The melon side, I imagine, might have to expand a bit more because it's gonna have the most auto crafters. But the pumpkin side will be incredibly easy. Wow, inventory's full already. Okay, wow. Rib, dude. Oh. So I'm hoping right now that where we end today leaves us at a place where we're ready to start the auto crafters next stream. That would kind of be, well, if not already start them today even, but I'm not going to try and be too optimistic. But we got to figure out a palette. I literally have no idea what color any of this should be. Inventory's full again already. And it is almost time to sleep. Oh boy. I'm out of drink. Let's go get a drink, chat. Let me go grab a refill. Whatever platform you're watching on, consider dropping a follow. And I'm gonna take a quick break while we pause for this massive lighthouse. Whoop. All right, we're gonna stand over here at the squid farm while I do this. So we're gonna have a mini game going on in the purple chat. Drop a follow on whatever platform you like, and if you want to come over to purple chat, link is in the bio, panels, descriptions, etc. We're gonna have a mini game going. I'm getting that loaded right now. And I will be right back. All right, I'm back, chat. Made that nice and quick. All right. Sorry. All right. Oh, we're going to the wrong biome. My brain, not functioning today. One's in the chat if your brain also is non-functioning today. All right, I was in the middle of digging a hole, I believe. I was. All right. Man, do I love digging holes, chap. This is as deep as I think I'm gonna take it, and then we're gonna... Well, like, I don't know if I should... Do I start building the auto crafters before I start decorating? Because, like, if I do put a floor in and then I find out that I have to drop the floor by a block, that's gonna be really annoying. Oh, low pick, okay. All right. All the redstone first, then the decor. True. I need a new pick is the reason I came up here. Chat. Since when have I ever done anything that makes sense, though? Well, because, like, I genuinely don't know what palette to go with for this. Like, I don't know if the lighthouse should be, like, the classic red and white, or if that would kind of be a little tacky, and maybe it goes for, like, I mean, I don't know what other options I have. I don't want the red to be, like, so, like, concrete red, you know? If I did it, maybe, like, more of, like, a mangrove red? I don't know. But that's if we do, like, the barbershop swirl, you know? I don't know if we're doing a barbershop swirl. Picturing the storage room to look like an old dingy basement. Ah, interesting. Like, we could maybe make it like stone brick and then include like cracked and mossy stone brick. And then if we used stone brick for like the foundation of the thing, that would kind of tie it all together. Deus. Could see that. And the reason I went stone brick is because it has the cracked and mossy version of it. What if the lighthouse is like primarily calcite or something? What if like the body of the lighthouse is just like calcite? Maybe not pure calcite, maybe like mix in some random whites, but like primarily calcite. And then mix in stone brick. And then I still feel like it needs some color to it. I don't know if red is the color or not. Maybe copper is the color and we let it oxidize over time. So when we build it, it's bright and new and shiny, and then eventually it turns into like fully oxidized. Calcite, copper, and stone brick, though. I could see it. Why does it seem like the one in the back like produces less than the one in the front? Like you'd think on average they'd even out. I mean, they're within a few of each other. Yeah, this one's a whole stack ahead. The one in the well, I guess technically this is the one in the front, huh? The one in the front here is a whole stack ahead than the one. This is the cactus and melon farm. Actually, do I have any mods in that are willing to update the sidetrack command and the project command? Grayson, are you there still? Or was he there for words? I don't even know. He might have been AFK since the beginning of stream. I'm not sure. Regardless, we definitely need to update those. You know what I just realized though? With the speed that these come in, I wonder if we could like actually tie them together to like, because we know we're not overloading a single hopper, right? With more than 5 stacks per harvest, right? Which is important. That also means, and they have so much extra time, we could combine them so this hopper flows into that hopper. Easy peasy. And then it combines their output. No water. No water. Just hopper. Hopper line. So that the way they each have their own hopper for collection, but then they both lead to the same to the same chest. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Not chest, the same shulker stuff. That's what we're gonna do. I need to figure out. I need to put in the floor. Yeah, there's got to be a floor here. I don't know if I should put it in as moss or what, but I need to put it in. 1 stack. 2 stacks, 3 stacks. Okay, and then it's going down, yeah. Wow, it's significantly less every time. I feel like, am I missing seeds or something on here? Oh no. I don't know. Oh, you want to TTS to me that to me? No. Have a listen. Let me get the glass.
Dash. Sidetrack.
Nice. Great command, Grayson. There's probably a like a 60-second cooldown on it since you just ran it.
Rebuilding slime farm, greater than auto crafter project, greater than building a pumpkin and melon farm.
No. That's the wrong side of the command. We're making the pumpkin farm for the slime farm, which is for the autocrafter project. I really don't need all these melons, but what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna go take them back and convert them to melon. Dang it, there's no way out of here. Perfect. Come on, you gotta be kidding me. All right, then we take this out of here. We bring this down.
Building a pumpkin and melon farm, greater than rebuilding slime farm, greater than auto crafter project.
GG. Yeah, that redstone block actually that block goes through the drop chute, but it doesn't affect the drop chute, so I'm fine with that staying as is. And then I don't know if the project command still says we're doing the slime farm or not. All right, let's go update the other side. Yeah, which... Amazing. I'm out of moss. Great. Project command is a cliffhanger. What is it? The old or the new one? Oh, I needed more moss is the whole reason I went up there. I'm always hurting for moss nowadays. Okay, cool. Those are in. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, if we're making that the ceiling block, it actually needs to be a block lower because it needs to go underneath that redstone so that we're not seeing it. Yeah. Yeah, because if our if our walls are here, actually, now that I think about it, those are there. Need more hoppers. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Hmm. So like I was saying earlier, all we have to do is just have this be a single hopper line, right? 4 stacks of items will fall into this hopper. 4 stacks of items will fall into this hopper. But then, you know, they'll all flow through and both of those will have time to flow out together before the next cycle fires. And then we bring this well actually, what if we bring it to the back? Yeah, let's bring it that way. To the back of the room. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. Gonna have to be a block lower too. It's gonna have to be there so that we can have a. Okay, look at that. So here, like I said, several stacks went into there, several stacks went into there, and you can see they're just flowing through all to this point. And because it takes so long, it's still, even though these items, are staying the same, it's going to have time to move them both. So amazing. So what we'll end up doing is I don't have any red blocks on me. Gotta have red blocks above those. Yeah, chat. I know what I'm doing now. Very, very confident with this. No, you haven't. Okay. So yeah. Now this one's draining out. Cool. So it finished the one in the back, and now it's finishing the one in the front, and it'll have plenty of time. Yeah, and these ones will be empty. It looks like before this one, even before this is toggled back off, which is great. I don't know exactly where we want to bring this to. Let's go to the other side and do the same thing now. Oh, I see where we are. Oops. Well, bit of a waste. All right, so then if this is where we're theoretically having the back wall, we would want an air gap, and this would be the hopper that's actually facing sideways, so. And then, you know, right, like, break those. Cool. And same over here. Flipping moss, dude. I hate being low on moss. And today, apparently, the entire day, I'm just low on moss. Can't catch a break. Just gonna grab a couple stacks then. Okay. Sweet. So then that... okay, so we have two options now. Either we make this the ceiling of the room, like the ceiling would be like here, right? Underneath it, underneath the hopper. That would be our ceiling. Or we make this be our ceiling, and then we do like, I don't know, copper trap doors around the hoppers so that it looks like it's like a pipe through the ceiling kind of thing. Kind of leave them exposed through copper trap doors that you can look and see the hoppers. I think that's kind of the move, more of an aesthetic thing, and it makes the ceiling higher, which will make it feel bigger, more spacious. You like the copper trap doors? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. No. The walls are there. These are inside the room. So that's why the ceiling is going to... Yeah. So where we put the moss actually isn't going to be the floor. It's going to be... This is going to be the floor of that room. Okay, so let me head up here and actually punch out all this moss. Yeah, I think it'll look good. You know, something adds aesthetics to the functionality that has to be there, you know? All right. Again, I don't know what the ceiling will be yet, but I do know that... I know where it will be. I know where it will be. I don't know what it will be. If I knew what it if I knew what it needed to be, I would put it in right now as my next step. But I don't. I can't. So this is where that wall will be. And you can actually see it's going to be like a little L-shaped pipe. It's going to have a... It's actually going to show like a couple... Yeah, it's going to have... So, right, if this is where that'll be, then we know that, boom, bam, bam, that'll go into 3 shulker boxes right there. So, for pumpkins, this will give us 3 shulker boxes of pumpkins. That'll give us pumpkin seeds. And then, you know, this will be bulk storage. I don't know how much bulk storage for pumpkins we'll want to put there, but right? Bulk storage. Then on this side, oh, that's actually the wrong spot. My bad. Yeah. There. Because this is going to be the decorative wall, air gap, first box, right? So over here, same deal. This is going to be melon slices right here. Then we're going to have melon seeds. Then we're going to have melon blocks. And then we're going to have shulker loaded melon blocks. And again, don't know how long that's going to be. But that's going to be where our output is for both of those on both sides. Height-wise, I don't know if that's exactly where it will be, right? Like, I don't know if we're going to have to lower the floor down some. But, oh, you can see the melons dropping in there. And theoretically gathering up inside of that hopper there. Mm, mm. Okay, so now what, chat? Theoretically could. Well, actually, there's only going to have to be one shulker loader on this, and it can go to a bunch of chests. So we do that. There's no pumpkins here. Okay. No pumpkins had been harvested yet. Yeah, that reminds me. This can actually be a dropper. Let me go grab droppers. Oh, God. Such a pain to get out of here. Need more red blocks. And I need more hopper. Yeah, so then this can be a dropper. Okay. Then here, we don't know if this height is right, but what we do know is that we can bring the pumpkins into this dropper here. Yeah, they'll come into this dropper now. And this will theoretically be the line where, like, the reason I don't know this height is right, chat, is because we're gonna have to come up with the seed autocrafter. Okay, so actually the big one is actually going to be this one. This one's going to be the autocrafter that makes melons, and then this is going to be the one that takes that melon autocrafter and then puts a shulker loader underneath it. So it's going to be at minimum like 7 blocks tall. So I don't know if the floor is going to need to go down or not, basically. So dropper goes there. Hopper line goes there. And then actually underneath this hopper, while we're here, we do hopper dropper. And then we can come across this side and connect those. And that'll start sending melons down into this dropper. Sweet. And then we can cover this up. Cool. Cool. We definitely need some torches down here. I don't know if I should just go build. I should just start right now. Yeah, now that we've got this much in, what I should do is I should go start building. I should build this autocrafter first. And then we adapt it to make this. And then we'll find out if we need to expand it downwards at all, right? You know, honestly, there's probably an autocrafter we already can use from one of the other builds. Like, very easily. What was the last one we did? Would have been this tree farm. Honestly, it's going to be the exact same as what we use for the slime ball autocrafter. Okay, so which one of these... It can't be... It needs to be the same autocrafter slice that we used to make these. Same autocrafter slice we used for this. Will work perfect. I want to grab it from the latest farm because that way we know it's like the... It's a verified working, like, compact design, yada, yada, yada. All right, so let's head over to the oak. Mm-hmm. No, that takes 2 autocrafts. Yeah, this doesn't work, actually, yeah. I'll just make it from scratch. I could get the world download, actually, from my... I actually really don't feel like I need to remake the wheel here. Bamboo to bamboo blocks is a really good suggestion. That one I don't think is one wide tileable. Let's just, yeah. It's gonna be really simple, but I do want it to be like, I don't need to make a new one. I want to use an existing design. Stripped acacia for orange walls. I don't think we're going orange and orange and green for this build. Man, this beacon, so horribly placed. What? Oh, that's just a constant pulsing thing, huh? And now this is a very bad design, actually. Iron to iron block crafter. I'm gonna have to make a new one. Because these are just constantly pulsing, which isn't gonna work. Iron to iron block crafter will work because we couldn't... It would have the same problem. Nuggets. Nuggets are the same problem as seeds. So... Crap, iron to iron block tech. It's just gonna be the standard auto crafter. Now that I think about it. Like the... Yeah, it comes. Yeah, it's just this exact. Yeah, feel like. Yeah, it's dead simple. Okay. Yeah, I was overthinking it. I don't need a schematic or nothing. Can't be constant pulse because of seeds. Yes. For the same reason iron can't be a constant pulse because of nuggets. Yeah, so the one that's going to be constantly pulsing is seeds. And then the one that's going to not be constantly pulsing is melons. Very simple. The great thing about this, actually, that I just realized is because it's going to be chunk loaded, is if we somehow don't have enough to do all the golems, we just go place the golems and this stays chunk loaded. And then, you know, we placed, when we come back, we'll have several more stacks of pumpkins. But like, since this is fully running now, minus the chunk loader, and we're working on it, it's going to get us a lot of pumpkins. So let me get all of my materials here now. Okay, so hopper, dropper. Don't need pumpkins on me. So many pumpkins, actually. I think we're good. Hopper, dropper. I don't think... I mean, we'll need a sticky piston eventually. We'll need observers, dutes, blocks, comparator, repeater, torches. Dispensers will be needed. Crafters, obviously. Bulbs. Chests will be needed later on. And another portal here. We can do glistening melons. No, no, no. All right, we need more repeaters. More torches. Okay. So if I can make actually, I don't need to try and make this higher, but what I do need to do, so I need to have a straight down hopper going to right here, going into a dropper. The dropper there is going to be what we shut off, where we send the signal to shut off. So then, man, that's going to make it so low. Can we like not have that? No, I think, yeah, and then need that there. Then the crafter. Yeah, the whole floor is going to have to come down 1 block exactly to be able to fit in that. And I think that's all we need this. But then here, yeah, the floor is going to have to come down 3 blocks more to fit the shulker loader underneath it. 3 or 4 blocks more, regardless. So we pull... I don't remember. I just don't remember the, Is that the copper bulb there, then? Yeah, that's the copper bulb there. This is the comparator. We then get... like so. For another red block there. Two comparators. One comparator. Auto crafter set to 8. Doot. Yeah, I've designed exactly this for something before, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what it was. So then this is the top hopper that we check for a signal on. So comparator, repeater, torches. So comparator, repeater, torch, block, torch, right? Block, torch, block, right? I don't know if we need another. Yeah, we need that torch there. So then we do repeater, repeater, repeater. Yeah, and then block, block. I feel like I've made exactly this before, but for what I don't know. But there, that is a one wide tileable auto crafter for making melon blocks or iron blocks. Actually, yeah, this is the one we went over. This should be identical to what we saw over at the iron farm. Identical, exactly. Could I have made it one block higher and just omit this dropper where this repeater actually points into that hopper? That wouldn't affect the hopper line above it, would it? If we're powering this hopper, that's not gonna like be treating it like we're powering a solid block, is it? I don't know. Because I know when we power this dropper, it locks this hopper, right? But I don't know if we power a hopper, does it lock the hopper above it? On the shulker loader, can you take the reading of the dropper that's already there? On the shulker loader, we don't need the reading of, or we don't need this part that sends the shutoff above. We don't need that part. We just need this part. So it might actually be a little bit more compact. Let's see. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. I don't know if I did that at the iron farm. I think the shutoff is still there on the iron farm for like if it ever runs out of shulker boxes, I guess, is the one scenario. Ooh, the seeds is gonna have to be a slow pulse. You're right. So theoretically, we could put this crafter right here. And then no, James, that's not necessary. We're not taking a reading from up there. This is not taking a reading. This is sending a signal. Oh crap, this is all in the wrong spot. Okay. So that actually is good there. And then that can go into the shulker loader now. So let me pull up my reference that I always use for shulker loaders. I always see it from this side. So if we need, here's the air gap, here's the input, here's the redstone block, and then that needs pushed back a block because we're going to have the double chests there. Or no, that can go above the chest. Yeah, it can go right here. Okay. Then solid block. Yeah, this has got to, we've got to dig down quite a few more blocks. The floor is going to have to go down like, I don't know, probably 2 blocks further than this even. Not 100% on that. All right. Dispenser. What just happened there? Yo, we're getting melons in? That's hilarious. Well, it's working. Well, it is working. That means it filled up this already, huh? Yeah, it did. Great. All right. Melons! Yeah, soon this is gonna start getting melons, and this doesn't have a shut off. So when it starts coming this way, that means we have a problem. And it's gonna start spewing melons eventually. Okay. Oops. Okay. So we're talking putting doots here. And we observe the doots. And we throw in a sticky piston here. All right, that's the shulker loader then. Right, put this here and we won't have a problem. Put that there and we won't have a problem because now once this side eventually fills up, then it'll start coming through to here and actually we'll shulker loading them directly. And then that'll hold a lot. And then, yeah, this is where we need to have auto crafters of shulkers going. So if that's that, then that's that. No, if that's that, then this means 3 like so. Oh, not like so, actually. Like, the mosses, because it's going to be double chests right there. So the floor needs to go 1. So this is where walking on the floor will be. So to put the floor in, we actually need to dig down 1 block deeper than that. Right? So we need to dig down 5 blocks, effectively, from where we're at. Okay, let me go do that, and then we'll be ready to do everything else. Line it all up with where the floor is going to be. All right, redstone materials. All right. You know, I actually don't think we need to dig this whole room down that large either. Actually, since we know where... Ooh, okay, hold on. Since we know where the floor is going to be... Yeah, screw it. Let me just dig down the whole room. It's fine. Yeah, luckily the shulker loader on the other side doesn't need to have an autocrafter above it. That's where our height bottleneck is here, chat. The shulker loader... You know what I didn't check before placing this? Oh man, I feel so dumb. Checking the chunk borders to see if I can fit it all inside of one single chunk loader. I think it will be. I don't think it's larger than, you know, cuz like yeah, I don't think it's possible for it to be wide enough in any one direction that it would need 2 chunks to have chunk loaders in it. So you need chunker loaded pumpkin seeds? What do you mean? It's going to go off of I guess I'm gonna need a signal for each of the outputs. I was thinking just the last auto crafter. So I'd be checking for if the seeds are full and if the melon blocks are full. But that made me just realize that if I'm only checking the last ones... No, you're making me actually think. Which is very uncool of you, making me think. That's all I gotta say. You know, since we don't know what the floor is going to be yet, I'm only going to dig it down 1 block for now. And we'll find out what the floor is going to be, and then we'll dig out the floor. So it'll just be easier having the floor be at the height the floor needs to be at. And then we'll we'll dig down another layer when it's time. Chat, if you're new here, drop a follow on whatever platform you happen to be watching on. I'm live 6 nights a week, most of which is in this hardcore Minecraft world. Man, my inventory's full. I can't pick it all up. Dang. Oh my god, it's bingo time already? No way. How is it 12:30? I mean, I know I was like 45 minutes late to stream, but still. I have no idea. Time flies when you're banning Grayson. What? Who said that? Let me pick up all these items, get them out of the way. All right, and then let me go get my basic hopper and dropper items that I need again. Okay, hopper and dropper and moss block. Okay. Okay. Get rid of all that. All right, so now this is the super simple one. Shoot, I guess I didn't check if they lined up. They do. They line up perfectly. Cool. Then this one's gonna make seeds, which we don't have programmed yet. Yeah, I can just put those melons in there. No. I'll go down into there now. Cool. I just realized it's all off by a block. Because I didn't account for it needing to go this way. Right. I should have dug it down the extra block, chat, because I needed to. I just didn't know it yet. Good enough there. Okay. All that's ready. Let's dig the floor down another block then. Well, now is the time to be figuring this stuff out, chat. Not after I've, like, decorated. I hate making it another block lower, because that's going to make the staircase just another block more awkward, but it is what it is. Yeah, I feel like fitting the staircase in here is going to be, like, really difficult now. But we'll make it work. We will make it work. Okay. All right, so yeah, other than one autocrafter on this side and then this entire side over here, we're basically done. Oh boy, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I was trying to take a look in there. Okay, yeah, that box is perfectly good for now. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get a staircase to make that angle work. Ugh, I hate it. Alright, so we've made these now reach the same length, right? So the hallways will have the same amount of the same length. So like theoretically we could put a wall right here, right? And that could mean that our staircase bottom, like if we're doing actual stairs, could be like right there, and then boop, boop, boop. Right? And then we can see where that comes up on the ground. But following that angle to me makes it feel like it's gonna be like out here, you know? And I don't think we're building that big of a house on the bottom of it. So I think we're gonna have to do like water elevators, which that's gonna suck, but copper spiral staircase like the ones they have inside the tower usually. Not a terrible idea, but it's a terrible like thing to use. You ever walk down a spiral staircase in Minecraft? It's not fun. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like the answer is gonna just be the obvious bubble columns, but how often will we come to get the melons? True, but you gotta remember the melon is lower. So there's that. Oh, that's right. Which is also a reason, like, I'm doing this farm up proper, you know? Because the melon is lore. What's the lore? The melon. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Mm-hmm. Oh, Hopper, get that out of there. Yeah, we don't care about that, J-Man, because iron. But yeah, we're never going to be trading these. All right, time to start bingo. All right. Bingo numbers are being called. If you got yourself a bingo card in the purple chat, watch for yourself to be the first to get a bingo. Once every 5 seconds they're coming out. Is there a National Melon Day? Honestly, there should be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There probably is. Well, there's probably multiple, right? Like, is there a National Melon Day, meaning like all of the melons? And then is there like a National Watermelon Day? Is there a National Cantaloupe Day? You know, like probably several National Melon Days if we really wanted to celebrate them all. Okay, good stuff though, chat. I mean, we got the timers working, the farm is running. You know what? I did just realize something, and I don't even want to say it out loud. I don't even want to say it out loud. But since we're not doing a staircase anymore, and we're going to be using water elevators, there was no reason to push this over all the way to the back wall, meaning that if we had just had this, like, instead of this hopper going out, back, and back, right? We could have just had to go over and back. And then, like, the whole room would be a little bit further this way. And there'd be, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16 less hoppers in the build. I hate that I realized this. I mean, it wouldn't be too terrible right now to make the decision to push everything 4 blocks that way. To save 16 hoppers, but because if we're doing a bubble elevator anyway, like, we have no reason to make it go all the way. I don't know. Hey, we got a bingo already. And it is Abdranax. GG, my dude. What's up? Let's go put these boxes away, and then we'll go get Abdranax's block on the massive monument. For the visuals. That would have still existed. It just would have been slightly shorter. All right. What am I looking at? I'm trying to pull up the sheet for Abdranax. Here we go. So Abdranax has red nether bricks, which we're right underneath. We're very low on those. He has won a total of 51 times, up in that to 52. His last victory was stream 964. Now is stream 974. All right, let's go get his block on the massive monument. You were only 4 away. Oh, you were 1 away 4 ways. Gee, dude. Have I mentioned that it sucks to suck? All right. GG Abjanax for getting your dub on the massive monument today, my dude. Hey, look, there's another one right there above my head of yours. GG. We got some diamonds to burn today. Chat, if you want to help us hit this Partner Plus goal over in the purple chat, you can get a diamond burnt in your honor at the end of stream on your sub and resub anniversaries. And right here, chat, beneath me is our diamond burning shrine, where we have a diamond-shaped lava pool made out of diamonds where we burn diamonds. So let's see how many we get to burn today. All right. We're looking at, we had quite a few subs happen at the beginning of stream. We had a tier 1, a tier 3, so that's 4. Another tier 3, so we're 6, 7. Another tier 1 is 8. 8 diamonds today. 8 subs on 2025, 5, 6 right now. Bam. Bam. All right, let's take a look at this. The first sub of the day was a tier 1 sub from NG. Bam, that one's for you. Next up was a tier 3 sub from Gia. After that was a tier 3 sub from James. Absolutely massive. Then we had a tier 1 sub from Abjanax. Bam. And he also won the massive monument. So he got the last diamond burnt for him too. GG, my dude. GG, my dudes. All right. All right. All right. That is going to be it for the night. Brought pumpkins, melon seeds, and slices to my new Whoa, we got a bunch of junk to put away over here. I wasn't expecting to have this much junk to put away. I'll do it. Don't know where it all came from, honestly. Like, I don't know what this came from. Like, this is obviously a mini block. And there's a banner. And there's shulker boxes. Yeah, it's been working. The wandering trader head looks scuffed. Oh, not anymore. Okay, they all look unscuffed again. That's really weird. The bat head. Slime head. Glow squid head. And then this is clearly a plank of some sort. A warped plank. Came from one of the boulders. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then we have banners. Yeah, the banner. I remember we tore down the boulder now. Yeah. The boulder. Oh, very close, Miku. All right, chat. That is going to be it for the night, my dudes. Absolutely massive support for the day. Let's get the heck out of here. All right. And let's see who's live to send over a raid to tonight on the purple chat. Anyone in my recommendeds playing hardcore? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, I love his name, how it's written. His name is Soft Spoken, but it appears his name might actually be Ken because it's Soft Spoken. And he's playing hardcore day 570. Let's send it over there to Soft Spoken. Chat. Here is a raid message for you to copy and paste when you get there. If you got my emotes, use those. If you don't, use whatever you got. Make sure you spread some love when you arrive in the chat. Just copy the text if you need to just make sure you show some love when you get over there and let them know how awesome our community is. Thank you so much for the awesome stream today. Thank you for the channel point redemptions. Thank you for the subs, getting to me to burn some diamonds. Thank you for the hype trains. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the gifts over on TikTok. Thank you for the follows across all the platforms. And I'll be live again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, playing some more hardcore massive Minecraft. Until then, have yourself a great night, my dudes, and peace out.